Hello, fictional. Welcome to the Fiction Series X. Today we are gonna see what if Issei's Sacred Gear was a different type. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Issei Sacred was a typical high school student with not so typical dreams. He often found himself daydreaming about a harem of beautiful girls, a life of adventure, and a carefree existence. But little did he know that his life was about to take an unexpected turn, a turn that would shatter his mundane world and plunge him into the supernatural unknown. It was a warm and sunny afternoon when it all began. Issei had just finished his classes and was on his way home, his school bag slung casually over one shoulder. He couldn't help but let his mind wander to his usual fantasies, oblivious to the world around him. As he walked through the bustling streets of his neighborhood, he noticed a small park on his right. The park was peaceful, with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves of the trees and the soft chirping of birds in the background. It was the perfect place to relax and clear his mind. Issei decided to take a detour through the park, hoping to catch a glimpse of some attractive girls. But little did he know that his detour would lead to an encounter that would change the course of his life forever. As he strolled deeper into the park, he noticed a peculiar sight. A mysterious figure stood beneath the shade of an ancient oak tree, bathed in a soft, otherworldly glow. The figure's long crimson hair flowed like a fiery waterfall, and their eyes gleamed with an otherworldly intensity. Issei was drawn to this enigmatic presence, and curiosity got the better of him. He approached cautiously, his heart racing with a mix of anxiety and intrigue. The figure seemed to exude an aura of power and danger, yet Issei couldn't tear his gaze away. The figure turned to face him, and Issei's breath caught in his throat. It was a woman, but no ordinary one. Her beauty was unparalleled, her skin as pale as porcelain, and her crimson eyes held a depth that seemed to see straight through his soul. "Who are you?" Issei stammered, his voice quivering with nervousness. The woman smiled, a smile that sent shivers down Issei's spine. "My name is Pyra, and I have been searching for you, Issei Sacred." Issei's confusion deepened. "Searching for me? Why?" Pyra's eyes bore into his, her gaze unwavering. "Because you possess a power, Issei, a power that has lain dormant within you, waiting to be awakened." Issei's brows furrowed. "Power? I don't understand." Pyra stepped closer, and Issei could feel the warmth of her presence, as though she radiated an inner fire. "Your power is hidden within your left hand, Issei. It's a sacred gift, a power that can change the world." Issei looked at his left hand, his fingers trembling as he examined it. There, on the back of his hand, was a small crimson crystal that pulsed with a faint fiery light. He had never noticed it before, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. What is this?" Issei asked, his voice barely more than a whisper. Pyra reached out and gently touched the crystal, causing it to glow even brighter. "This, Issei, is your sacred gear, the Inferno Ember. It is a unique and powerful relic, a gift that grants you control over the very essence of fire." Issei's mind raced, trying to comprehend the enormity of what Pyra was telling him. He had heard of sacred gears before, but this was something entirely unexpected. "Issei, you have been chosen," Pyra continued, her voice laced with urgency. "The Inferno Ember is not just any sacred gear. It is a relic of immense significance, one that holds the key to unlocking a power long forgotten." Issei's heart pounded in his chest as he looked at the Inferno Ember on his hand. "What am I supposed to do with this power? Why me?" Pyra's expression turned serious. "You are destined for great things, Issei. But this power also comes with a responsibility. You must learn to harness it, to control the flames that burn within you, or they will consume you." Issei nodded, his determination rising. He may have been a daydreamer, but this was no longer a dream. This was real, and he couldn't turn away from it. "Teach me," Issei said, his voice filled with newfound resolve. "I want to learn. I want to understand this power." Pyra's smile returned, warmer and filled with a sense of relief. "Very well, Issei. You have taken the first step on a path filled with challenges and adventures. I will be your mentor, guiding you in the ways of the Inferno Ember, and together, we will unlock its true potential." Issei's life had taken a dramatic turn, and he was about to embark on a journey that would lead him into a world of supernatural beings, powerful relics, and unforeseen dangers. But with Pyra as his guide, and the Inferno Ember as his source of strength, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Little did he know that the path he had chosen would shape his destiny and the fate of the supernatural world itself. Issei's life had undergone a radical transformation ever since he had discovered the Inferno Ember, his unique sacred gear. The crimson crystal on the back of his left hand pulsed with newfound energy, a constant reminder of the power that lay dormant within him. He was no longer the ordinary high school student he had once been, and the path he had chosen was filled with mysteries, challenges, and a sense of purpose he had never felt before. Under the guidance of his enigmatic mentor, Pyra, Issei delved deeper into the world of the supernatural. His training was intense, pushing him to his limits as he learned to control and harness the fiery power of the Inferno Ember. Pyra was a strict yet caring teacher, and her crimson eyes held a wisdom that transcended time. The training sessions often took place in a secluded forest, far from prying eyes. Pyra insisted on this level of secrecy, as she was well aware of the dangers that lurked in the supernatural world. Issei's first lesson was understanding the fundamental nature of his sacred gear. Isay, Pyra began, her voice soft but filled with authority, the Inferno Ember is a relic of great power, but its true potential lies in your ability to connect with it on a deep personal level. You must forge a bond with the flames that burn within you. Issei nodded, determination burning in his eyes. I'm ready. Teach me how to connect with it. Pyra stepped back, her hands moving in a graceful dance. Suddenly, flames erupted from her fingertips, swirling and dancing in the air around her. Issei watched in awe as the flames responded to her every command, their movements fluid and hypnotic. Fire is a force of creation and destruction, Pyra explained. It is both beautiful and deadly. To control it, you must learn to respect its power and understand its essence. With a flick of her wrist, Pyra directed a fiery tendril towards a nearby tree. The flames wrapped around the trunk, slowly consuming it without leaving a trace of smoke or ash. Issei marveled at the display of power. Pyra continued, the Inferno Ember is not just a source of fire, it is the embodiment of the elemental flame itself. You must become one with it, learn to feel the heat, the energy, and the very soul of fire. Issei took a deep breath and extended his left hand, focusing on the Inferno Ember. He closed his eyes and visualized the crystal glowing brightly, feeling a connection with it that went beyond the physical. He could sense the warmth, the energy, and the untamed power it held. As he concentrated, a small flame flickered to life on his palm. It was a humble flame, but it was a start. Issei's eyes shot open, and he looked at Pyra with a mixture of excitement and pride. I did it, he exclaimed. I can feel it. Pyra smiled, her crimson eyes reflecting her approval. Good, Issei. You have taken your first step towards mastering the Inferno Ember. But remember, controlling fire is not just about creating it, it's about understanding its ever-changing nature and respecting its boundaries. The days turned into weeks, and Issei's training continued relentlessly. He learned to manipulate fire with greater precision, from shaping it into defensive barriers to launching scorching attacks. But the power of the Inferno Ember came with a price. Issei had to be cautious not to lose control, as the flames could easily spiral into a destructive force that would harm not only his enemies, but also those he cared about. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and red, Issei found himself deep in the forest, practicing his newfound abilities. Pyra watched from a distance, a silent observer. Issei focused on a small cluster of rocks, his palm emanating intense heat as he attempted to melt them with pinpoint accuracy. Beads of sweat formed on his forehead as he concentrated. The rocks began to glow red, but his control wavered, and the flames intensified, threatening to engulf the entire area. Panicking, Issei tried to extinguish the flames, but they roared with renewed vigor. The forest around him was in danger of catching fire. He felt a surge of fear and guilt, his heart racing. Pyra swiftly approached, her eyes filled with concern. Without hesitation, she extended her hand, and a torrent of flames erupted from her palm, covering the area in a protective fiery barrier. Issei watched in awe as the flames danced under her command, extinguishing the dangerous inferno he had unintentionally created. When the last embers faded away, Pyra turned to Isay, her expression a mix of understanding and firmness. You see, Isay, power comes with responsibility. Fire is a force of nature, and to master it, you must first master yourself. Controlling the Inferno Ember is not just about wielding its might, it's about understanding your own emotions and fears. Isay nodded, chastened by the experience. He realized that the Inferno Ember was a double-edged sword, a power that required not just skill but emotional control. Tomorrow, Pyra said, her tone softer, we will delve deeper into the mysteries of the Inferno Ember, and I will teach you how to access its more advanced abilities. But for now, remember that you must always be vigilant and never underestimate the power you hold within you. As the moon rose, Isay left the forest with a renewed determination. The Inferno Ember was a formidable gift, and he was just beginning to scratch the surface of its potential. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and unknown dangers, but Isay was ready to embrace it. With Pyra as his mentor, the fiery power of the Inferno Ember at his fingertips, and a sense of purpose that burned brighter than any flame, Isay's journey into the supernatural world had only just begun. A mysterious mentor had ignited a spark within him, and the flames of destiny were set to blaze a new path for the young man who had once dreamed of a harem, but now found himself on a quest to unlock the secrets of his unique sacred gear. The sun cast its golden rays across the tranquil forest where Isay had been training for weeks under the watchful guidance of his mentor, Pyra. The intensity of their sessions had steadily increased as Issei grew more accustomed to controlling the Inferno Ember, his unique sacred gear. Today, as Issei stood in the clearing, Pyra observed him with a knowing smile. Her eyes, like twin crimson flames, radiated warmth and encouragement. Issei had made remarkable progress since the day he had first discovered the Inferno Ember. His abilities had grown, and he had learned to respect the elemental force he wielded. Issei, Pyra began, her voice resonating with confidence, you've come a long way. It's time to delve deeper into the true power of the Inferno Ember. Issei's gaze fixed on the fiery crystal on the back of his left hand. It seemed to respond to her words, glowing more intensely as if eager to reveal its secrets. What more can I do with this power? Issei asked, curiosity etched across his face. Pyra raised her hand, and a flicker of flame appeared above her palm, transforming into a delicate intricate construct a miniature phoenix. The fiery bird glowed with a mesmerizing beauty, its wings outstretched and its eyes glittering like rubies. Issei, the Inferno Ember is not just about controlling fire, Pyra explained. It holds the essence of a phoenix, a symbol of rebirth and renewal. With this power, you can manipulate the very life force of fire and use it to heal, protect, and rejuvenate. Issei watched in awe as the fiery phoenix soared around him, its wings brushing against his skin with a gentle warmth that seemed to seep into his very being. He could feel the energy and vitality surging through him, a sensation like no other. Pyra continued, but with great power comes great responsibility. To harness the restorative abilities of the Inferno Ember, you must learn to balance the destructive and healing aspects of fire. You must be attuned to the needs of the moment and make split-second decisions to protect your allies or smite your foes. Issei nodded, absorbing the knowledge. The idea of wielding the power of life and death was both exhilarating and daunting. He understood the gravity of the responsibility that came with it. Now, let's try a simple exercise, Pyra said. She extended her hand, and the fiery phoenix gently alighted on Issei's shoulder. Channel your energy into the phoenix and visualize it enveloping you in a protective, rejuvenating aura. Issei took a deep breath, his concentration unwavering. He focused on the fiery construct, his mind a canvas of thoughts and intentions. Slowly, he began to feel a connection, a shared energy between him and the phoenix. The bird's wings extended, bathing Issei in a warm crimson glow. The sensation was comforting, like being wrapped in a cozy blanket on a winter's day. The injuries he had sustained during his training, bruises, burns, and scratches began to fade. Issei could feel his strength returning and his vitality surging. As he opened his eyes, he couldn't believe the transformation. The minor wounds he had accumulated during training were gone, as if they had never existed. It worked. Issei exclaimed, his amazement evident in his voice. I've never experienced anything like this. Pyra nodded in approval. The Inferno Ember can be a powerful tool for healing, not just for you, but for those you choose to protect. Remember, it's not just about the ability, it's about your intent and the connection you form with the flames. As weeks turned into months, Issei's control over the Inferno Ember deepened. He could now summon the fiery phoenix at will, using it to heal minor injuries and provide a protective aura to shield himself and his allies from harm. The newfound abilities opened up a world of possibilities, and Issei was eager to put them to the test. One evening, Issei, Pyra, and a few of their allies individuals, with their own unique abilities and sacred gears gathered in the secluded forest clearing for a sparring session. They wanted to see how Issei's powers had progressed and how he could integrate them into combat situations. Issei's closest friend, a skilled swordsman named Kenta, stood opposite him, a wooden practice sword in hand. Kenta's sacred gear granted him enhanced speed and agility, making him a formidable opponent. The duel began, and Kenta lunged forward with lightning-fast strikes. Issei summoned the Inferno Ember's protective aura, the fiery phoenix forming a radiant shield around him. The wooden sword clashed with the barrier, causing it to splinter and shatter upon impact. Issei remained unscathed. As Kenta continued his assault, Issei focused on a different application of his power. He visualized the phoenix's healing energy, directing it towards his allies. Their wounds began to mend, and their weariness faded, granting them renewed vigor in the midst of battle. Issei's allies marveled at the newfound abilities, their trust in his capabilities growing with each passing moment. The training session turned into a dynamic display of teamwork, where Issei's powers complemented the skills of his companions. The sparring match came to an end, and Issei and his friends gathered in a circle, their faces flushed with excitement and satisfaction. Pyra's crimson eyes gleamed with pride. You've come a long way, Issei, she said, her voice filled with warmth. Your control over the Inferno Ember is impressive. But remember, there is still much to learn. The supernatural world is full of challenges, and as you continue to explore your abilities, you'll uncover even more hidden potential within your sacred gear. Issei nodded, a sense of gratitude filling his heart. He knew that his journey was far from over, and he was prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Inferno Ember was not just a source of power, but a symbol of renewal, a reminder that he could be a beacon of hope and healing in the world of the supernatural. With the guidance of Pyra and the unwavering support of his friends, Issei's quest to unlock the true potential of the Inferno Ember had only just begun. The flames of destiny burned brightly within him, and he was determined to embrace his unique power, wielding it not just as a force of destruction, but as a source of life, protection, and rebirth in a world where danger lurked around every corner. Issei's journey into the supernatural world continued, each day bringing new challenges, revelations, and a deeper understanding of the Inferno Ember's power. With the guidance of his mentor, Pyra, and the unwavering support of his friends, he was on a path of self-discovery and transformation, wielding a unique sacred gear that held the essence of fire and rebirth. As Issei's abilities with the Inferno Ember grew, so did his reputation in the supernatural community. The news of a new sacred gear wielder had spread, and he found himself the center of attention, drawing both allies and rivals into his life. One sunny afternoon, Issei and his friends gathered at a local park for a casual outing. They were enjoying a rare moment of peace, basking in the warmth of the sun and each other's company. Kenta, the skilled swordsman and Issei's closest friend, leaned against a tree, his wooden practice sword propped beside him. "You're getting famous, Issei," Kenta remarked with a wry smile. "The rumors about your sacred gear have spread far and wide. You've got quite the reputation in the supernatural world." Issei shrugged, a hint of embarrassment coloring his cheeks. "I'm just trying to learn and make a difference. I never asked for the attention." Kenta chuckled. "That's true, but you can't deny that having a reputation has its perks. It means potential allies and potential rivals. We'll have to be prepared for both." As if on cue, a group of individuals approached, their presence exuding a mixture of curiosity and caution. Among them was a young woman with striking violet hair and piercing silver eyes. She introduced herself as Arya, a fellow sacred gear user, and expressed a desire to test her abilities against Issei. Issei glanced at Pyra, who gave him a reassuring nod. "All right," he agreed, "let's see what you've got, Arya." The battle that followed was intense. Arya possessed a sacred gear known as the Frostbite Serpent, which granted her control over ice and cold. Issei summoned the Inferno Ember's protective aura, ready to defend himself. Arya unleashed waves of icy attacks, creating intricate patterns of frost in the air. The temperature dropped dramatically, and Issei's breath turned to mist as he struggled to keep the cold at bay. He countered with fiery bursts from the Inferno Ember, creating a dazzling display of fire and ice colliding in midair. The battle raged on, each combatant pushing their abilities to the limit. Issei's friends watched with bated breath, their support unwavering. As the dust settled, it became clear that neither had emerged as the victor. Arya sheathed her sword, a smile gracing her lips. "You're good, Issei. I look forward to our next match." Issei returned the smile, a newfound respect forming between them. "Likewise, Arya. It's always a pleasure to test our skills." As Arya and her group departed, Kenta leaned closer to Issei. "See what I mean? Rivals and allies, all in one day." Issei nodded, his heart filled with a sense of camaraderie. The supernatural world was vast and diverse, and he had only scratched the surface of the individuals he would meet along his journey. Some would become friends, while others would challenge him, pushing him to grow stronger. Over the next few months, Issei encountered more individuals who possessed unique sacred gears, each with their own abilities and personalities. Some sought his guidance, eager to learn from his experiences, while others were driven by a desire to test their strength against him. Issei remained open to both, recognizing that he, too, had much to learn and offer. One day, a young man named Ryu approached Issei, his attire adorned with intricate tattoos that glowed with a soft, ethereal light. Ryu's sacred gear, the ethereal mark, granted him the power to manipulate the boundaries between the spiritual and physical realms. He expressed a desire to learn more about the Inferno Ember and the mystical nature of its fire. Issei welcomed Ryu's curiosity, and together, they delved into the esoteric aspects of their sacred gears. Issei discovered that the Inferno Ember's fire had a unique connection to the spiritual world, a revelation that deepened his understanding of its potential. In their discussions, Ryu also shared stories of the supernatural world and the various factions that existed within it, from fallen angels to rogue demons and enigmatic creatures that defied classification. Issei realized that his journey was far from over, and he had only begun to scratch the surface of the complex web of alliances and rivalries in this hidden realm. As Issei continued to hone his abilities, he faced numerous challenges that tested his mettle. Battles against powerful adversaries pushed him to the limits of his strength, but he emerged from each confrontation with a deeper understanding of the Inferno Ember and his own capabilities. Pyra remained a constant source of guidance, her wisdom and experience invaluable in helping Issei navigate the complexities of the supernatural world. Her past remained shrouded in mystery, but her dedication to training Issei and preparing him for the challenges ahead was unwavering. The bonds between Issei and his friends deepened, forged through countless battles and shared experiences. They supported him through the trials and tribulations of his journey, offering both camaraderie and a sense of belonging in a world that was often unforgiving. With each passing day, Issei's path became clearer. The supernatural world, with its myriad factions, powerful sacred gears and ancient mysteries, was a realm he was meant to explore. The Inferno Ember, his unique sacred gear, was not just a source of power, but a symbol of transformation and renewal. As Issei faced both rivals and allies in this hidden world, he knew that the flames of destiny burned brightly within him. The journey he had embarked upon was a testament to his growth, not just as a wielder of the Inferno Ember, but as a young man who had found his place in a world of magic, monsters, and untold wonders. The seasons changed, and with each passing day, Issei's mastery over the Inferno Ember grew. He had faced rivals, forged alliances, and learned valuable lessons about the supernatural world he had been thrust into. The mysteries of the Inferno Ember and the depths of his own power continued to unfold. But as the months passed, a sense of unease crept into Issei's mind. He felt a growing weight on his shoulders, a responsibility that went beyond simply mastering his sacred gear. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows in the secluded forest where Issei and his friends often gathered, he confided in Kenta about his concerns. "Kenta," Issei began, his voice tinged with uncertainty, "I've come a long way, but I can't help but feel like there's something more I need to do. The supernatural world is vast, and I've only scratched the surface." Kenta leaned against a tree, his eyes thoughtful. "I know what you mean, Issei. We've been on quite a journey, but it feels like we're standing on the edge of something much bigger." Issei nodded, his gaze fixed on the fiery crystal of the Inferno Ember on the back of his left hand. "I've realized that this power isn't just about fighting and proving myself. It's about making a difference, about bringing balance and protecting those who can't protect themselves." Kenta's expression turned serious. "So, what's your plan, Issei?" Issei took a deep breath, his determination unwavering. "I want to use the Inferno Ember to help those in need, to make a positive impact in the supernatural world. I've heard about factions that cause harm, about innocent beings who suffer because of them. I can't stand by and do nothing." Kenta nodded in agreement. "We've seen our fair share of corruption and danger. If you want to make a difference, we'll be there with you, Issei." The following days were filled with discussions and preparations. Issei knew that to bring about change in the supernatural world, he needed a plan. He reached out to his allies, including Arya and Ryu, who shared his vision of a more just and balanced realm. Together, they formed a small group, their objective clear: to protect the innocent, ward malevolent forces, and promote harmony within the supernatural community. Ira, his mentor, offered her support and guidance, even though she urged caution in the face of the unknown. She shared stories of powerful entities, ancient prophecies, and hidden relics that held the potential to tip the balance of power in the supernatural world. Issei absorbed her wisdom, realizing that their mission was not without risks. One evening, as the group gathered beneath the starry sky in the forest clearing, Issei stood at the center. The Inferno Ember blazed brightly on his left hand, a symbol of the power he now possessed. "Friends," Issei began, his voice steady, "we've come a long way since the day I first discovered the Inferno Ember. We've faced challenges, forged bonds, and learned the true meaning of our powers. But our journey is far from over." Arya, Ryu, and Kenta stood beside him, their expressions resolute. Issei continued, "We've seen the darkness that lurks in the supernatural world, the harm it can cause to innocent beings. It's time we take a stand, to protect those who can't protect themselves, to bring balance and justice where it's needed." Ryu stepped forward, his eyes shining with determination. "We're not just a group of individuals with sacred gears. We're a team, united by a common purpose. Together, we can make a difference." Arya nodded in agreement. "We've faced challenges before, and we've emerged stronger each time. With the Inferno Ember, we have the power to heal and protect, to stand against those who seek to harm." Kenta, the swordsman who had been by Issei's side from the beginning, added, "Issei's right. It's time for a new beginning, a fresh start for all of us." Issei looked at his friends, gratitude welling up within him. They had become more than just allies, they were a family, bound by a shared vision. With their unwavering support, he knew he could face whatever challenges lay ahead. Under the cover of darkness, the group ventured deeper into the supernatural world, seeking out those who needed their help and opposing malevolent forces that threatened the peace. They became known as the Renewal Guardians, a symbol of hope and change in a realm filled with uncertainty. Their missions varied, from protecting isolated supernatural communities from rogue demons to mediating disputes between rival factions. Issei's ability to wield the Inferno Ember, with its power of healing and protection, proved invaluable in their endeavors. The flames of his sacred gear became a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. As the months passed, the Renewal Guardians garnered both allies and adversaries. They formed alliances with individuals who shared their vision, individuals willing to stand by their side. Yet, they also faced powerful foes who sought to maintain the status quo of chaos and discord. One of their most formidable adversaries was a fallen angel named Lucius, a being of immense power who harbored a grudge against the Renewal Guardians. Lucius possessed a sacred gear that could manipulate time and alter reality itself, making him a formidable opponent. The battles against Lucius were fierce and unrelenting, testing the resolve of Issei and his friends. With each encounter, they learned more about their own strengths and the depths of their powers. In one particularly intense battle, Lucius attempted to manipulate the flow of time, creating temporal distortions that threatened to erase their very existence. Isay, guided by his connection to the Inferno Ember and the renewal it symbolized, managed to counteract Lucius's time-altering abilities. With the power of rebirth and healing, Issei's flames protected his friends and enabled them to withstand the temporal onslaught. The battle ended with Lucius retreating, but the scars of their encounters lingered, reminding the Renewal Guardians of the dangers they faced. Despite the challenges, the group pressed on, undeterred in their mission to bring about change and protect the supernatural world. Issei's determination to make a difference had evolved into a commitment that burned brighter than ever. As they continued their journey, the members of the Renewal Guardians found themselves growing not just as individuals, but as a tightly knit team. They celebrated their victories and supported each other in their losses, their bond strengthening with each passing day. Issei's power had evolved from a source of destruction to a symbol of renewal, and he had embraced a new beginning that held the promise of a brighter future for the supernatural world. With the Inferno Ember at his side and his friends by his side, he knew that the flames of destiny would guide them toward a path of positive change and renewal. The journey of the Renewal Guardians continued, their mission to protect the supernatural world and bring balance to it, becoming more complex and challenging with each passing day. Issei's mastery over the Inferno Ember, the symbol of renewal and healing, had grown, and he and his allies had faced formidable adversaries like Lucius, the fallen angel with the power to manipulate time. Yet, amidst their efforts to make a difference, a lingering sense of unease haunted Issei. He couldn't shake the feeling that there were deeper secrets concealed within the supernatural world, secrets that had the potential to change everything. One evening, as the Renewal Guardians gathered in their forest clearing, Issei couldn't contain his curiosity any longer. He turned to Pyra, his mentor, whose eyes held the wisdom of countless years. Pyra, Issei began, his voice filled with a mix of anticipation and uncertainty, there's something I've been wondering. Are there secrets in the supernatural world that we're not aware of? Secrets that could alter the course of everything we're trying to achieve? Pyra regarded him with a knowing expression. Issei, the supernatural world is a place of ancient mysteries and hidden knowledge. There are secrets that have been carefully guarded for centuries, secrets that could indeed change the balance of power and the fate of our world. Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and the rest of the Renewal Guardians listened intently, their curiosity piqued. Pyra continued, the supernatural world is not just divided into factions, it's a tapestry of ancient civilizations, magical relics, and beings of immense power. To uncover these secrets, one must be prepared to face both the light and the darkness within. Issei nodded, determination in his eyes. I want to uncover these secrets, Pyra, not just for our sake, but for the sake of the entire supernatural world. What do we need to do? Pyra smiled, her approval evident. It's a noble goal, Issei. To uncover these secrets, we must delve into the hidden history of the supernatural world, seek out ancient texts, and connect with individuals who possess knowledge long kept in the shadows. The journey to unveil the hidden secrets of the supernatural world began with research. Issei and his companions scoured ancient texts and scrolls, seeking clues that would lead them to the heart of the mysteries. They also reached out to individuals who had knowledge of the hidden realms and dark histories. Their first breakthrough came from a reclusive vampire scholar named Alaric, who possessed a library of rare and ancient texts. Alaric revealed the existence of an enigmatic council known as the Arcane Custodians. This council, formed centuries ago, had been tasked with preserving the balance of power in the supernatural world. The Arcane Custodians had been entrusted with the guardianship of ancient relics and knowledge that held the potential to reshape the world. Yet, over time, they had become shrouded in secrecy, and their true motives and activities had faded into myth and legend. Alaric agreed to assist the Renewal Guardians in their quest to uncover the truth about the Arcane Custodians. He revealed that they held key relics and information within their hidden vaults, which were scattered across the supernatural world. The group embarked on a journey to seek out the custodians and their hidden vaults. Their path took them to remote and dangerous locations, from ancient underground labyrinths to sacred forests untouched by time. Along the way, they encountered powerful beings and protective guardians that tested their resolve. One of their most challenging quests led them to a mystical island in the middle of a vast, stormy sea. It was said to house the archives of the Arcane Custodians, containing secrets that could alter the course of history. The island was cloaked in a shroud of magical storms and illusions, intended to deter any who sought to enter. As the Renewal Guardians ventured onto the island, they faced illusions that played on their fears and doubts. Issei and his allies relied on their inner strength and the bonds they had forged to navigate through the deceptive challenges. When they reached the heart of the island, they discovered an ancient chamber filled with tomes, scrolls, and relics of untold significance. Among the artifacts was a mural that depicted the history of the arcane custodians, their purpose, and their gradual descent into secrecy and darkness. The mural also revealed a prophecy, one that spoke of a group of guardians who would uncover the secrets of the arcane custodians and bring about a new era of balance and renewal in the supernatural world. Isay realized that they were fulfilling the prophecy, that their journey was not just a quest for knowledge, but a path toward fulfilling an ancient destiny. As the Renewal Guardians returned to their forest clearing, the weight of their discoveries settled upon them. They had unveiled dark secrets and ancient prophecies that hinted at a hidden war within the supernatural world, one that had remained obscured for centuries. Ira, who had been instrumental in guiding them on this path, spoke with a sense of urgency. The secrets we've uncovered are just the beginning. We are now entrusted with a greater purpose, to restore balance and expose the hidden darkness that has plagued the supernatural world for far too long. Isay nodded, his determination unyielding. We'll continue to seek the truth, to uncover the secrets that have been concealed. It's our responsibility to make a difference, to fulfill the prophecy and bring about a new era of renewal. The flames of the Inferno Ember blazed brightly on his left hand, a symbol of their commitment to change and their unwavering resolve to bring light to the darkest corners of the supernatural world. As the Renewal Guardians stood united, they knew that their journey had only just begun. The hidden secrets and ancient prophecies were a testament to the complexity of the supernatural world, and they were determined to unveil the truth, confront the darkness, and forge a new beginning for a realm that had long been shrouded in mystery and secrecy. The quest to uncover the secrets of the supernatural world had brought the Renewal Guardians closer to the heart of the hidden darkness that plagued their realm. As Isay and his allies continued their journey, the weight of their discoveries and the urgency of their mission grew with each passing day. Their path led them to the ancient city of Nexus, a place of legend and mystery. It was said that Nexus was the last known refuge of the arcane custodians, the enigmatic council that had held the secrets of the supernatural world for centuries. Isay, Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and Pyrrhus stood at the city's outskirts, gazing upon its imposing spires and towering gates. Nexus, Isay said, his voice filled with determination, this is where we'll find the answers we seek. The arcane custodians hold the key to the hidden darkness, and it's our responsibility to expose it. Ira nodded in agreement. We must tread carefully, for Nexus is said to be a place of intricate traps and illusions. The arcane custodians have long guarded their secrets from prying eyes. With a shared sense of resolve, the Renewal Guardians ventured into Nexus, each step bringing them closer to the heart of the enigmatic city. They navigated through twisting alleys, hidden passages, and mysterious doorways, all while facing illusions and guardians meant to deter intruders. Their journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but the bond of their friendship and shared purpose carried them forward. Each trial they faced, each illusion they overcame, brought them one step closer to the truth. As they reached the heart of Nexus, they found themselves in a colossal chamber, a repository of ancient knowledge and artifacts. Scrolls, tomes, and relics lay scattered across the room, and a massive mural adorned one of the walls. It depicted the history of the arcane custodians, their rise to power, and the dark secrets they had guarded. Ira examined the mural, her eyes filled with a mix of sadness and determination. This mural holds the history of the arcane custodians, their gradual descent into secrecy, and the darkness they have concealed. We must uncover the final piece of this puzzle, the revelation that will expose their true nature. As they continued to explore the chamber, Isay and his companions stumbled upon an ancient tome. Its pages held a prophecy, one that spoke of a group of guardians who would expose the hidden darkness and renew the balance of the supernatural world. Isay read the prophecy aloud, his voice echoing through the chamber. In the darkest of times, when the shadows of secrecy shroud the supernatural world, a group of guardians will rise. They will unveil the hidden darkness, and with the flames of renewal, they will usher in a new era of balance. Arya, Ryu, and Kenta looked at each other, their determination unwavering. They knew that the prophecy was not just a glimpse into the past, it was a path toward their destiny. As they delved further into the chamber, they uncovered a hidden passage that led to the heart of Nexus, a chamber known as the Sanctum of Secrets. Here, they would confront the final revelations that awaited them. As they entered the sanctum, they were met with a sight that left them in awe. In the center of the chamber stood a towering figure, a being of immense power and presence. He was the last of the arcane custodians, known as Custodian Ilarion. Ilarion regarded them with a mix of weariness and anticipation. You have come far, Renewal Guardians. The secrets of the arcane custodians are within your grasp, but they come at a price. Isay stepped forward, his voice resolute. We seek the truth, Ilarion. The hidden darkness that has plagued the supernatural world must be exposed. Valerian nodded, acknowledging their purpose. He revealed the full extent of the custodians' history and the darkness they had concealed for centuries. He explained that the arcane custodians had initially been formed to protect the supernatural world from chaos and malevolent forces. But over time, their secrecy had led to a descent into darkness and a hunger for power. Valerian revealed that the custodians had created an artifact known as the Nexus seal, a relic that held the power to control and manipulate the very essence of the supernatural world. With the Nexus seal, they could alter the course of history and reshape the realm to their liking. The revelation struck the Renewal Guardians with a profound sense of responsibility. The Nexus seal was a force that could change the supernatural world, and it had to be safeguarded from those who sought to misuse it. Valerian entrusted the Nexus seal to Issei, recognizing that the prophecy had led them to this moment. He explained that they were the Guardians destined to bring about a new era of balance and renewal. As they left Nexus, the weight of their discoveries and their newfound responsibility settled upon them. The Renewal Guardians now held the Nexus seal, a relic of immense power and significance. Their journey to uncover the secrets of the supernatural world had led them to a revelation that would reshape the destiny of their realm. The final revelation also revealed the dark truth about the hidden war within the supernatural world. The custodians' desire for power had led them to conceal their true intentions, and it was up to the Renewal Guardians to ensure that the balance of the supernatural world was restored. As they returned to their forest clearing, Isay and his companions knew that their mission was far from over. The secrets they had unveiled were a testament to the complexity of their realm, and their responsibility to protect the Nexus seal was a commitment that burned brighter than ever. But the flames of the Inferno Ember, the power of renewal, and the responsibility of safeguarding the Nexus seal, they stood united as the Renewal Guardians, destined to expose the hidden darkness and bring about a new era of balance in the supernatural world. Their ultimate showdown with the forces of secrecy and darkness was on the horizon, and they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead, for they were the guardians of renewal, the keepers of the Nexus seal, and the bearers of a destiny that had been revealed in the heart of Nexus. The revelation of the Nexus seal and the hidden darkness that had plagued the supernatural world marked a turning point in the journey of the Renewal Guardians. As Isay and his companions continued their quest to bring balance and renewal to their realm, the bonds of friendship that bound them grew stronger with each passing day. The Nexus seal, a powerful relic with the ability to alter the very fabric of the supernatural world, weighed heavily on their minds. Issei, Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and Pyra knew that its safeguarding was a responsibility that transcended their individual powers. Their forest clearing, once a place of camaraderie and shared purpose, became a hub for planning and strategy. Together, they devised a plan to protect the Nexus seal and ensure that it would not fall into the wrong hands. Kenta, the skilled swordsman, was tasked with refining their combat skills and preparing them for any challenges they might face. Arya's mastery over her frostbite serpent allowed her to create ice barriers and protective constructs that would shield the Nexus seal from external threats. Ryu, with his ethereal mark, delved into the arcane secrets of the relic, deciphering its hidden powers and potential. Isay, the bearer of the Inferno Ember, focused on harnessing the flame's healing and protective abilities to safeguard their sanctuary. The Inferno Ember, with its power of renewal, became a guardian in itself, a beacon of hope and protection for their cause. Pyra, the mentor who had guided them from the beginning, offered her wisdom and experience, providing insights into the supernatural world and its complex alliances. She emphasized the importance of unity and trust among the Renewal Guardians, for their bonds were their greatest strength. Their training was intense, and their commitment unwavering. The forest clearing became a place of transformation, where their abilities grew and their understanding of the Nexus seal deepened. Amidst their rigorous training, the Renewal Guardians found moments of respite and camaraderie. They shared stories of their past, dreams for the future, and the bonds of friendship that had brought them together. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, the crackling flames casting warm flickering shadows, Kenta shared a story of his childhood. "I grew up in a small village near the edge of the supernatural world. It was a place filled with legends and folklore. I remember hearing stories of guardians who protected our realm from darkness. Little did I know that I would become one of those guardians." Arya, her expression soft, added, "I had always felt different, even as a child. My abilities with the frostbite serpent made me an outsider, but now, they're a source of strength. I'm proud to be a part of this group, to stand alongside all of you." Ryu, ever the scholar, said, "I've spent most of my life delving into ancient texts and relics. But the true knowledge I've gained has come from our shared experiences and the mysteries we've uncovered together. It's a testament to the power of friendship." Pyra's crimson eyes held a warmth that reflected her pride in their growth. "You've all come a long way, and I'm honored to have played a part in your journey. The bonds we've formed are a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the potential for positive change." Issei, gazing into the flames of the campfire, nodded in agreement. Our journey has been filled with challenges, revelations, and uncertainties. But through it all, our friendship has been a constant source of strength and hope. It's what makes us Renewal Guardians, and it's what will guide us in the days to come. The bonds of friendship that united the Renewal Guardians grew stronger with each passing day. They knew that their journey was far from over, and the challenges they would face in protecting the Nexus seal were formidable. But with their unwavering commitment and the unity they had forged, they were prepared to face whatever lay ahead. As the night sky stretched above them, the Renewal Guardians found comfort in the knowledge that they were not alone. Their friendship was a source of strength and courage, a beacon of hope in a world filled with secrets and hidden darkness. But the flames of the Inferno Ember, the power of renewal, and the bonds of friendship that bound them, they stood united, ready to face their ultimate showdown with the forces of secrecy and darkness. The next chapter of their journey was on the horizon, and they were determined to confront it with hearts full of determination and unity. The Renewal Guardians continued their training and preparations to safeguard the Nexus seal, their mission to bring balance and renewal to the supernatural world, burning brighter than ever. As Issei and his companions grew stronger and their bonds of friendship deepened, they couldn't shake the feeling that there was one more secret they needed to unveil, one that had the potential to tip the scales of power. One evening, as the Renewal Guardians gathered in their forest clearing, the topic of the Forbidden Flame surfaced. Pyra had mentioned it in passing, a mysterious and powerful source of fire that held the potential to reshape the supernatural world. Isay couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that the Forbidden Flame was somehow connected to their mission. Isay turned to Pyra, his eyes filled with curiosity. Pyra, you mentioned the Forbidden Flame before. What is it, and how does it relate to our quest to bring balance to the supernatural world? Pyra regarded him with a mixture of solemnity and caution. The Forbidden Flame is a source of fire that holds the power to alter reality itself. It is a double-edged sword, capable of both destruction and creation. It is said to be a relic of immense power, one that has been hidden away due to its potential for chaos. Issei's interest was piqued. Why is it forbidden, and who has the ability to wield it? Pyra's gaze held a deep sense of responsibility. The Forbidden Flame is not meant to be wielded by just anyone. It has the potential to rewrite the laws of the supernatural world, creating unforeseen consequences. It is said that only those with a strong sense of purpose and an unwavering will can harness its power. The Renewal Guardians exchanged glances, their determination unyielding. The Forbidden Flame held the potential to bring about a new era of balance, but it also carried immense risks. Issei realized that they had a duty to uncover its whereabouts and ensure that it remained out of the wrong hands. Pyra continued, the knowledge of the Forbidden Flame has been concealed for centuries. Its existence is known to few, and its location is a well-guarded secret. To find it, we will need to navigate a web of ancient riddles, hidden clues, and powerful protectors. With a shared sense of purpose, the Renewal Guardians embarked on their quest to uncover the Forbidden Flame. They delved into cryptic texts and consulted ancient scholars, seeking clues that would lead them to their destination. The journey took them to remote and perilous locations, from mystical caves concealed by illusion to ancient temples untouched by time. Their determination and unity were their greatest assets as they faced challenges, solved riddles, and overcame obstacles. Each trial brought them closer to the truth and to the Forbidden Flame. One of their most formidable challenges came when they reached the Enigma Caverns, a labyrinthine network of underground passages filled with illusions and traps. They navigated the twisting tunnels, relying on their bonds of friendship and the power of their sacred gears to see through the deceptions. As they reached the heart of the Enigma Caverns, they encountered the guardians of the Forbidden Flame, ancient beings charged with protecting the relic. These beings tested the Renewal Guardians with trials of fire and judgment, challenging their worthiness to wield the Forbidden Flame. Arya's mastery over her frostbite serpent, Ryu's understanding of the arcane, and Kenta's combat skills proved instrumental in facing the Guardians' trials. Isay, the bearer of the Inferno Ember, demonstrated the power of renewal and healing, showcasing the potential for balance and harmony. The Guardians were impressed by their determination and unity. They revealed the location of the Forbidden Flame, hidden within the heart of a dormant volcano known as the Pyroclasm Peak. Issei and his companions ventured to the Pyroclasm Peak, a place of searing heat and molten rock. The Forbidden Flame was said to reside within a chamber at the peak, a source of power that had been hidden away for centuries. As they entered the chamber, they found themselves face to face with the Forbidden Flame. It blazed with an intensity that left them in awe. The relic held the potential to reshape the supernatural world, to bring balance and renewal to a realm plagued by secrecy and darkness. Issei approached the Forbidden Flame with caution, his hand outstretched. As he made contact, he felt the searing heat and the overwhelming power it contained. But he also sensed a profound sense of responsibility, a purpose that transcended the flame's destructive potential. With the support of his friends, Issei harnessed the Forbidden Flame's power. It blazed brightly on his left hand, merging with the Inferno Ember's flames of renewal. The fusion of these two powerful sources of fire symbolized the potential for balance and change in the supernatural world. As they left the pyroclasm peak, the weight of their discovery settled upon them. They now held the forbidden flame, a source of power that could reshape the destiny of their realm. Issei knew that their mission was far from over, but the discovery of the forbidden flame had given them an even greater responsibility. Returning to their forest clearing, the Renewal Guardians knew that the forbidden flame was not meant to be wielded lightly. Its power was a testament to the complexity of the supernatural world, a realm filled with secrets, hidden darkness, and the potential for positive change. But the flames of the Inferno Ember, the power of renewal, and the forbidden flame, they stood united, ready to face their ultimate showdown with the forces of secrecy and darkness. The next chapter of their journey was on the horizon, and they were determined to confront it with hearts full of responsibility and unity. Their bonds of friendship were their greatest strength, and with them, they would bring about a new era of balance and renewal in the supernatural world. The journey of the Renewal Guardians had been one of challenges, revelations, and growth. From their humble beginnings to the discovery of the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame, they had ventured into the heart of the supernatural world's secrets and hidden darkness. As Isay and his companions stood united, ready to face their ultimate showdown, they knew that their mission was nearing its climax. The Nexus seal, a relic of immense power, had been entrusted to their care. The forbidden flame, a source of fire capable of altering the very essence of the supernatural world, had merged with the Inferno Ember, a symbol of renewal and balance. Issei, Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and Pyra had become the bearers of these powerful artifacts, a responsibility that weighed heavily on their shoulders. Their forest clearing, once a place of camaraderie and shared purpose, had become a sanctuary for the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame. They had created protective barriers to ensure the relics remained hidden from those who sought to misuse their power. As they prepared for the ultimate showdown, their training became even more intense. They practiced harnessing the combined powers of the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame, honing their abilities to protect and heal, as well as to expose hidden darkness. The flames of the Inferno Ember served as a beacon of hope, a reminder of their mission to bring balance and renewal to the supernatural world. Their efforts had garnered the attention of both allies and adversaries. Those who believed in their cause and the potential for positive change rallied behind them. They formed alliances with individuals and factions who shared their vision, and together, they stood against the forces of secrecy and darkness. Among their allies was Alaric, the reclusive vampire scholar who had first revealed the existence of the arcane custodians. Alaric, now a trusted friend, provided them with knowledge and support as they faced the challenges ahead. On the other side of the spectrum was Lucius, the fallen angel they had encountered before. His desire for power and control had not waned, and he saw the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame as tools to further his ambitions. Lucius remained a formidable adversary, a constant reminder of the darkness that still lurked in the supernatural world. The ultimate showdown with Lucius was inevitable. The fallen angel's pursuit of the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame brought them into direct conflict, testing the strength of the Renewal Guardians and their commitment to their mission. The battle that unfolded was intense, a clash of powers and wills. Lucius, with his mastery over time manipulation, posed a formidable challenge. He sought to use the Nexus seal to alter the course of history to his advantage, while the Renewal Guardians, united by their purpose and friendship, stood in his way. Issei, Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and Pyra combined their abilities, forming a protective barrier around the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame. Their unity served as a powerful defense against Lucius's temporal assaults. The battle raged on, a contest of power and determination. Lucius's desire for control clashed with the Renewal Guardians' commitment to balance and renewal. It was a battle of ideals as much as a battle of strength. In the final moments of their showdown, Issei harnessed the combined power of the Nexus seal and the forbidden flame. He channeled their energy into a brilliant surge of fire that enveloped Lucius. The flames of renewal and the power of the forbidden flame merged, symbolizing the potential for positive change in the supernatural world. Lucius, unable to withstand the combined forces, was consumed by the fiery surge. The fallen angel's power and ambitions were quelled, and he vanished into the flames, his existence rewritten by the Nexus seal. But the defeat of Lucius, the forces of secrecy and darkness were dealt a significant blow. The Renewal Guardians had triumphed, proving that the power of friendship, unity, and the potential for positive change were forces to be reckoned with. As they stood in the aftermath of the battle, the weight of their mission and the responsibility of their artifact settled upon them. Issei, Arya, Ryu, Kenta, and Pyra knew that their journey was far from over. The Nexus seal and the forbidden flame were meant to bring balance and renewal to the supernatural world, a responsibility they would carry with unwavering determination. But their allies by their side and the lessons they had learned throughout their journey, the Renewal Guardians were prepared to usher in a new era. They were determined to expose the hidden darkness, to heal the wounds of the supernatural world, and to bring about a realm where balance and renewal reigned. The next chapter of their journey was a promising one, filled with the potential for positive change. The flames of the Inferno Ember, the power of the Nexus Seal, and the Forbidden Flame merged as symbols of their commitment to making a difference. With hearts full of hope and a future to shape, they stood united, ready to bring about a new era in the supernatural world. And so how was this story? I hope you like it. And if you like it, share this story with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay, it's time for me to go. Bye bye.